Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be getting ready using my #1 favorite product in every category right now, because we all know my favorites change all the time. But these are the products I'm extra excited about lately and I've been using nonstop. So before we get into today's video, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. My favorite primer has been the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This has been the primer of the year for me. It makes such a huge difference in the longevity of my makeup. It is very comparable to the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, but I actually prefer this one's texture. It feels more rich, and I feel like it does a better job at gluing my makeup to my skin all day. And I like how this one has niacinamide. My skin loves niacinamide. It just helps to keep it from being excessively oily, and it also brightens up my skin really beautifully. So I like to put 2 pumps in the center of my face, and then I kind of like tap the rest out towards the outskirts of my face, and then I like to wait till it gets pretty grippy. That's when you know you're ready for the next step. It's very fun. My favorite glow booster has been the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I've actually recently reintroduced this into my collection and it's been working great. It used to break me out a ton, but now it hasn't. I've been using it for a few months now. The one thing I will say that I hate about this product is that like the writing doesn't stay on the bottle and it gets everywhere. Like, I don't know why it started to happen, but you can just see all the lettering's getting crazy. And if it's in a makeup bag, it gets all over my other products like this. So that needs to be fixed. I really despise that. Anyways, I'm going to be using the shade 1 because I want a very brightened effect underneath of my makeup. And this is a fantastic multi-use product, but I mostly use it underneath or on top as a highlighter. I like its effect a lot. I really like its texture. It's very, very thin and it glows just differently than other glow boosters I have in my collection. It's just a lot more thin and impactful, and the pearl itself is so fine. It just looks like really beautiful glowing skin, and it has a tiny amount of coverage in there. So I can use it as a skin tint as well, but obviously not in this shade. It's a bit fair, but it's so nice. I'm now going to go in with my favorite foundation as of late. This is the Clinique Even Better, I don't know why I said it like that, the Clinique Even Better Makeup SPF 15 in the shade CN28 Ivory. This has been featured in so many of my recent videos. Probably comes to no surprise. I feel like this video is a really good mix of holy grails and maybe some more surprising things. And I would say I prefer this one over the one that looks like an egg. Is that the Even Better Clinical, I think? Yeah, this one. I prefer the one I'm wearing. Where did I put it? It actually just disappeared. I just put it back. Yeah, I prefer this one over this one now. This one feels a little bit thick. This is the first one I tried from Clinique, and then I tried this one a couple months back, and it's just so good. And I'm applying this using my BK Beauty 101 brush. It just gives my skin the perfect amount of daily coverage. I can build it up easily. It also is quite blurring, but it gives like a nice skin-like finish, so it has a little bit of glow, although it blurs. It kind of feels like a perfect mix of the iconic blurring skin tint and, I don't know, magic? Can't think of another one. But it does have iconic London blurring skin tint vibes. My favorite concealer has been the Tower 28 one. I've been using the shade Dtla. This one has such amazing coverage and an amazing texture. It feels like a super updated version of the Kosas Serum Concealer. I just prefer this one's wear as well. It doesn't feel as dewy or balmy. It has a little bit more grip to it, which is awesome for longevity, but its coverage is insane, especially for its like thin texture, and it stays put so well. I also have a few darker shades to wear as a foundation because it lays on the skin so beautifully. It's super flattering and just really comfortable. I love it. It's really, really incredible. They came up with something gorgeous here. I'm actually going to use a little bit of a darker one. I'm using the shade K-Town just on the back of my hand. I'm going to just put it over this crazy zit I've got going on. It's so painful. It's like one of those ones that brews for days and never comes out. It feels like an actual volcano or a nipple is growing on the side of my cheek. It's not fun. I feel like this has been a very sudden favorite of mine. I featured it quite a bit, but my favorite powder has been the Givenchy one. My favorite shade is 3. It's a little bit pinky, and I like how it brightens up my skin. This one's so blurring, but it doesn't cut all of the shine out of my skin. It feels very much so like a loose form of the Kosas Cloud Set, which is one of my favorite pressed powders still to date. But I've been loving this one under my eyes as well as all over my face. I often use 2 different powders, but I like how this is just like a 2-in-1 for me. Less steps, less products, and less steps. So I like to really press this under my eyes into my concealer using a little Huda Beauty powder puff. And some days if I want like more of like a flawless look, I will press this into my skin all over, but I usually prefer kind of like a less powdered down look on my face. So I'll use a loose brush. This is a BK Beauty 104. Like how flawless of a finish does that give my skin? Especially under my eyes. It's like, whew, blank canvas. It's awesome. My favorite contour has been the Milk Contour Stick. I use the shade Toasted. I've just liked its ease of use. I just like its little stick form. I just shove it into the hollows of my cheekbone. And I also like to put it up on my forehead a little bit, just for fun. I don't like to directly apply my contour onto my jawline often, because sometimes I get like that. I always refer to it as like a contour chin strap. I hate it. I hate when that happens. I'm going to blend it out using my MAC 143S brush. This one has been a true sneaky favorite since it's come out. I feel like I don't really think of it, but it's just really easy to use. It blends out. It just gets the job done flawlessly. And it has like a nice balmy but matte finish. So it doesn't look too dewy, nor does it look too matte. It has the ease of blend of like a balmy product, but the beautiful matte finish of a good contour, you know? I don't think this next product needs an introduction, but my favorite bronzer is still the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. My favorite shade is the shade Light Medium. It just suits my skin tone at all times of the year. It's a little bit more intense when I'm as pale as I am right now, but I don't mind that. It has such a nice kind of neutrally warm tone that I feel like it just works. And I love to blend it out using my Rose Ink No. 3 brush. What I love the most about this is how easy it is to use. I don't ever feel like afraid to use it. Like it never gets overpowering. It blends out so well. Even if I do apply too much, it's easy to take care of, but it just always looks incredible. Its finish gives a really pretty glowy effect, but it doesn't feel like a sticky, dewy product. It sets down to like this powdery finish, so it just grips down and stays really well too. And it looks fantastic in combination with the Milk Stick. I just realized I did a funny little order. I usually bronze, then add a little bit of definition, just because I like to really pinpoint where the contour is so it doesn't kind of get blended into the bronzer like it is kind of right now. I made a mistake, sorry. So pretend I did those steps backwards. I'm a little bit stressed out today, which you'll know why soon, probably. My favorite highlighter has been the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in the shade 10 Be My Highlight. It's actually really awesome. I've been really into like the Rare Beauty powder highlight all year, but right now I've been preferring this kind of more subtly glowy look, especially if I go in with the Charlotte Tilbury product first. I feel like it just gets out of hand if I apply the Rare Beauty powder highlight on top of it. It just is like I'm trying to be a lighthouse to someone, I don't know. This one just has such a nice natural radiance to it that's like perfect for every day. I'm gonna attempt to apply it with this brush. I don't know if I've used this as a highlight brush before. It's a BK Beauty 113. It's like nice and subtle, but it's not too subtle. Like it still does something, and it adds a really pretty soft glow, like a boiled egg glow, you know? Ever since I said it that one time in that video, I always think of boiled egg glow because they just, you know, they glow very pretty. They have a pretty glow to them, okay? It's an odd reference, but it's nice. Okay, we're already at blush, and this was kind of an easy choice for me, oddly enough. But my favorite blush recently has been the Dior blushes. I mean, ever since they came out with more shades, they fed my addiction, and I just keep collecting them like infinity stones. My favorite is always going to be pink. It's so cute. But my second favorite is the shade Rosewood. It's such an easy one to wear. It looks really good on the days where I'm like not wearing any makeup and I just want a little bit of blush, and it looks awesome if I want to do like a full glam look. They're just really adjustable. I love how buildable they are. It never gets out of hand really quickly. Like you have full control over it, and I love that. I want to use the shade Pink today. I had a huge pink phase earlier in the year and I feel like I've kind of let that go. I loved when I had red hair. Pink looked just so good with it. It looked like a little Valentine's Day thing every day. I loved it. But I'm going to use pink with the BK Beauty 107 brush. This is such a beautiful softening and diffusing formula. It blurs out other products too. It's really nice and it's really cool. As you can see, like it kind of adjusts to my makeup on my skin, and the vibrance just comes out more and more as I build it. Such a cute pink. And I guess that's all the base products. I'm now going to spritz my face using my favorite setting spray, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Really awesome one. If I could change one thing about it though, is its scent. I do not like the way it smells. It's a little medicinal to me. Like it smells like maybe like a NyQuil. Not like not as pungent as NyQuil, but it's still NyQuil-esque, and I don't love that. But what it does to my makeup is worth the couple of seconds of stink. I think I need to put new batteries in this. It's looking tired. My favorite eye primer after all these years is still the Fenty Beauty one. It just ensures that my eye makeup stays on there flawlessly all day. It's quite waxy, so it's really, really good for us people with oily eyelids. I like to just put it down the center of my eye just like so, and then I'll rub it back and forth with my fingertip. And then I'll go up into my brow, and then I'll start patting it out to see where it's at, because you can kind of feel when it dries. It gets a little bit like kind of tacky, not in a sticky sense, but you can just feel it drying down. So I just make sure it's all over my lid there, even in the inner corner. And it has such incredible grip to it, especially if you're doing something kind of more grungy or smoky. So it really adheres that shadow in there, but it's also easy to get rid of that tack by just setting it with some setting powder. But I love that grip. And I'm going to do my brows on camera today, but we'll have a brief second for kitty show, okay? Whoa. Not that kind of kitty show. Okay. My favorite brow pencil is the Rare Beauty one. I've been using the shade Cool Brown. It's very similar to the Kosas brow pencil, not the nano one, but their original brow pop. It has the same kind of triangle. Does it have a triangle or an oval? No, it's a triangle. It just is rounded now, but it has that nice shape to it. So you can fill in your brows a variety of ways. I'm using it sideways right now just to kind of get more crisp lines, but you can also tilt it away to get fine hair-like strokes, which is really awesome, like so. Or you can flip it on its side sideways to get kind of a wider fill or like a thinner fill, which is what I'm doing right now. I just love this kind of shape, and its texture is nice. It's quite matte, but it has like a little bit of a waxy finish, so it doesn't look too odd in the brows. It kind of mimics the natural shine that we have, but it has good grip. Like it adheres really well to the skin underneath of my brows. I just do the laziest job ever for them. It's not my favorite step. Then I just comb through them to make them look a little bit more softened. And then I use their brow gel, the Rare Beauty one. It's so good. So I'm going to let my eyeshadow primer sink in, my brows set. So while that's happening, enjoy the kitty show. Getting into eye makeup, my favorite eyeshadow palette as of late has been the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette. This just has everything I want and more, and everything feels like perfectly curated. Although it looks very simple for like a neutral palette, I love how I get a cool toned row and a warm toned row, and these light shades on this side are so perfect. Like they're really amazing at brightening up my eyelid in a non like super chalky way. Like this white is really creamy still. It just looks really perfected. I love his eyeshadow formula. It's so easy to work with. This is my favorite neutral eyeshadow palette. I feel like it's like a modernized Natasha Denona Biba palette for me. It just has all of my favorite things from that one and this one. and I love the two creams on the end. The black is amazing at smoking out, and I love the two creams on the end. They're amazing at creating eyeliners or bases or just anything you want. It just is like the perfect curated neutral palette. I can't reiterate that enough. So for my lid, I do want to set my brow bone to crease. I'm taking a little bit of my Givenchy powder once again, and I'm going to go from brow to crease just like so, just so that we have good slip right there. Ooh, I don't know what to do because I also have my eyeliners. Maybe I'll incorporate that after. I'll start off with the cream brown using this MAC 263 brush, and I'm going to start from my outer corner like so. Usually I'll start from my lower lash line, but today I just wanted to have more of a lifted look. So I'm going to, whoa, okay, that just got way longer than I originally anticipated, but that's okay. Then I'm going to add pressure to my brush to get that angle down. That's a little intense. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm switching directions and I'm going to go up into my crease. I'm going to take a little bit on a Refer 13, which is a small fluffy brush. I'm going to blend that out a little bit. Wasn't my initial plan, but I think it'll be cool anyways. I'm just taking a small brush like this. It's clean, and I'm just going to drag on top here because it's looking a little bit skippy just because I kind of panicked blended. Now I'm taking a normal sized fluffy brush. This is a Smith 232, and I'm going to grab this shade down here, the cool toned transition shade, and I'm going to incorporate that right where that kind of ended. Then I'll bring that into the inner corner, and I'll grab a little bit more and kind of set over here. With another angled brush, I'm going to grab the, which brown? Maybe this one. Let's do this one right here. I'm going to start setting this liner right here to make it pop a little bit more. And I'm also going to bring that up into the crease again too. And with the shadow, I'm flicking it outwards. It looked kind of like it abruptly ended. That just makes it look a little bit more intentional. With a flat brush, this is a BK Beauty 203. It's like a flat blending brush. I'm going to grab this shade right here with a little bit of this one actually, just a touch. And I'm going to pat this all over my lid. I was going to keep it bright, but I was like, maybe this can make it look a little bit different because I feel like I've done this kind of look a few times over. And then I'm going to retouch right here with that dark, and I'm retouching this part here with that dark brown. Wiping that brush off, and then I'm going to just kind of blend back and forth on top. I don't mind like the heavier upper lash. I'm going to take that contour shade, this one right here, and then I'll kind of put this on my lower lash line, contouring my eye bag. And then to incorporate my favorite eyeliner, which are the Melt Cosmetics Slick Waterline Eye Pencils. These ones are amazing at anything to do with eyeliner. They can just accomplish it all, and they dry down super matte and they don't budge anywhere, especially on the waterline, which is amazing. I'm going to be using the shade Ivory just to brighten up my waterline. Except I don't love when it looks so harsh like that, so sometimes I take a dense brush and I wipe off some excess, just so it looks like my waterline, but very brightened. And another thing I love to do with the shade Ivory is sharpening up my eyeliner. So sometimes I take it up like so. Usually I have a flat brush ready. Oh my God, I kind of started to panic. And then I'll kind of blend it out like concealer. And it just really crisps it up, almost better than concealer. It's awesome. And it adds a brightness. It's nice. I'm just going to add a little bit of a darker eyeshadow from the palette. I'm using that same dark one I used for the eyeliner, the powder. And then I'm going to just kind of define right there because it felt like a little mismatched. I also wanted to include my favorite eyeshadow topper, and those are, of course, the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadows. I'm in this mood for Space Cowboy. I just take some on my finger And then I'll tap it over my eye look just to make it look a little bit more sparkly. I love wearing this on its own as well. It's just like really, really transformative. It just adds a sheer veil of pixie dust and I love it. I'm just going to repeat that on this side and I'll be right back. And here are my eyes all finished. I just applied my mascara. My favorite is, of course, the Clio Kill Lash in 02 Volume Curling. No surprise there. I can't shut up about it. Actually, I feel like something's missing. I just want to add a little bit of this creamy shade to my inner corner to brighten it up. I've been really liking a matte brightened inner corner lately. All throughout junior high, I used to put white in my inner corner every day and I just strayed away for years. But now it's growing on me again. But now let's move on to my lips. I thought I would include a few things because there are so many lip categories. So my favorite lipsticks are still the MAC Powder Kisses, specifically the shade Teddy 2.0. That's my everyday favorite. But these are so nice. They have such a velvety, blurred look. They're very comfortable. They have a really gorgeous lippy feel. They do have a few other formulas in this formula, like a liquid lip color, which is a lot more pigmented. And they also have the Slim Sticks, which are a little bit more pigmented than these ones, but less than the liquid lip colors. But I like these ones because they have a little bit of a sheerness to them. They're very pretty and perfect for every day. They just feel amazing and the colors are so, so stunning. My favorite lip oil has been the Clarins one for so many reasons. It actually feels like a lip oil on the lips. It's super silky and nice, and it just has the most beautiful shine that stays on your lips. It doesn't bleed, it doesn't like fade away from the edges, and it has a good longevity too. But my tippy top favorite thing about it is its scent. It smells so good. I have the shade Strawberry, and oh my god, it just is a dream. Sometimes I just open it and sniff it. It's that good. I wish I had a fragrance in this, honestly. It's so good. My favorite lip stains are the Romand Juicy Lasting Tints. I also really love the Glasting Water Tints. They actually came out with some new shades, but the Juicy Lasting Tints have an amazing shade range. They have countless shades. They constantly bring out more, but they're just really cute. They give like a lacquered top layer and then they really stain your lips beautifully, very evenly, and it lasts pretty well. And they don't dry out my lips like a lot of other lip stains on the market. Really cute shades. My favorite tinted lip balms have been the Kosas Wet Sticks. These have been sneaky favorites of mine as well. I feel like they remind me of the NARS tinted lip balms, the matte ones, but just glowy version. They have like that same kind of silky, powdery feel, but it has like a really nice glow to them. My favorites are 100 Degrees in Malibu. I might wear one of these today, but I've been thinking about going in with my favorite lip liner in Gloss Duo, which are the Jennifer Coolidge ones. I've been wearing these since I received the little collection. Really nice colors, and the gloss is really fun. I'm for sure going to line my lips with this. This is the Jennifer Coolidge lip color in the shade Fil Frontal. Really, really nice. You can see these Charlotte Tilbury letters on my skin. That actually really, I'm gonna have to like nail polish remover the lettering on them or something. This lip liner formula is so nice, but the color is what really gets me. It's the perfect kind of like contour, neutral brown. This has been in my purse and it comes with me everywhere I go. At one point I thought I lost it, and the day I found it, it's gonna be a holiday for me. But here's the lip color. It's so cute. I hope I can get my hands on others. I actually had a dream that e.l.f. sent me like a bucket full, like a Home Depot bucket full of these. I'm not asking for them, but like if they want to. Just kidding, just kidding. Not really. And then maybe I'll do a little combo. I'm going to add the shade Malibu from Kosas because it has a little bit of a pink tone to it. I think it'll tighten the blush a little bit better. But these are really nice. They're hydrating, but they don't feel like overly dewy, and I love the colors. I keep reaching for them. They're true sneaky favorites. And then this gloss formula is actually really nice, and the color is gorgeous. I feel like it just suits every like soft glam kind of look I create. It's just an easy lip combo to rely on. And here is my makeup look for the day. I actually really like how it turned out. Although the eyes turned out to be a little bit more full glam than I originally anticipated, I really like them. Really fun. But there we have it. There's me using my top favorite product in every category. I would love to know what your top favorites are right now in the comments down below. But that's going to be all from me. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I will have everything linked and listed in the description box down below, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!